Good morning, investors and traders. In today's technical analysis segment, we will be discussing about Nasdaq. This is something that we did on our Twitter video yesterday as well. We talked about the possibility of Nasdaq moving higher. If you are not following us on Twitter, I highly recommend you to do so. So let's have a bit more conversation that why the Nasdaq has moved higher yesterday, and more importantly, if it can really continue to move higher. As always, it is important for me to go through this disclaimer. Anything which will be discussed cannot be perceived as advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. Now, we have MT4 platform in front of us, and we'll begin the analysis by looking at the daily time frame first. On the daily time frame, we have three different moving averages. As always, firstly, it is your 50-day simple moving average, followed by that is your 100-day simple moving average, and finally your 200-day simple moving average. What we are seeing from here is that price what moved below the 50-day simple moving average, then it crossed below the 100-day simple moving average, and then it continued to move towards the 200-day simple moving average. It was at this particular junction when the price was getting close to its 200-day simple moving average that it was becoming very, very clear that the prices are way oversold, and it is likely that we will see a bounce in terms of Nasdaq prices. And at the same time, we also started to see a negative divergence. Now, let me explain to you guys first of all the importance of the moving averages. Whenever the price gets close to its 50-day moving average, the chances are that the prices are likely to move back to the upside, just like how it happened over here. The price came towards its 50-day simple moving average, and then we saw the continuation of the upward trend. Now, if the price fails to break above or near the 50-day simple moving average, then the next point of junction, the next critical price level is 100-day simple moving average, as you can see over here. When the price did come close to its 100-day simple moving average, the price did see a bounce back towards the upside. But when the price begins to start moving to the upside, the first sort of a level of resistance that it usually sees or it faces is the 50-day simple moving average. Because if the price can stay above and crosses above the 50-day simple moving average after it touches the 100-day simple moving average, then it sends us the confirmation that look, prices are likely to move to the upside now, and a new trend has been in place. But if the price fails like it failed over here, then the chances are that price will continue to move towards the downside, and not only that, but it will break below the 100-day simple moving average, and that is what really happened over here as well. So the price not only broke below the 100-day simple moving average, but it continued its journey towards the 200-day simple moving average. Now, obviously, the price came well above or well short of that 200-day simple moving average, and that is because of this particular support zone, which we have defined before. We defined it by looking on the left hand side, and we saw that this was the point where that big rally sort of started. So we really encompassed, we really, wrapped up two lines around these particular candles, and we were waiting for a price to come into this area of support and possible bounce, and that is what really happened. So when the price came initially to this one, on Thursday, last Thursday, the price formed a bottom. It moved back up, but it was a bit short of that 100-day simple moving average, and then it started to move lower. Now, when the price starts to move lower like it did over here, what we really got to pay attention to then is, can the price break below the low of Thursday? Because if it can, then it means that it can continue its journey towards the next moving average. which is your 200 simple moving average. But if the price stays above the lows of the previous candle, and that in our case that candle is a Thursday's candle, then it really means that the double bottom is likely to form and prices are going to move to the upside. And that is what we've experienced yesterday. The price stayed above that previously in this candle, and yesterday we saw the massive rally which not only broke above the highs of this particular day and this day, but in fact it briefly broke above the 100-day simple moving average. Now the fact that the price has already broken above the highs of here, all what we got to see is, can the price stays above the low of this candle, meaning can the price stay above 12,656? Because if it can stay above this one, then the likely chances are the price will break above once again the 100-day simple moving average, and from there onward the new path upward trajectory will start. But if the price breaks below this one and it breaks below this particular candle as well, then really the chances are that the price will continue its journey back towards the 200 simple moving average, with a strong possibility of violation of this particular one. Now, in terms of RSI, we have the price forming a low, we have a price forming a lower low, but when we look at the RSI, we have a RSI forming a low, and when the price formed a lower low, the RSI did not form that, so we had the negative divergence, which was further confirmation that prices are likely to move back to the upside. Now let's continue to focus on this support zone, followed by that this 100, 200 a simple moving average, and in terms of resistance, we will not be looking anything less than where the 50-day simple moving average is trading. So for that, we are looking at this particular area of resistance. We have more than 2 to 1 risk to reward ratio. I mean, we had it yesterday, and now even if the price breaks above the 100-day simple moving average, we should not be looking to close the position here, but in fact a small profit taking if that is what you want to do, because if it breaks above the 100, the chances are it will continue to go towards the all-time high. That's all for now, and I'll see you guys next time.